So welcome to a third analysis video of Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, a third trailer was shown off at the Sony press conference. And out of all the trailers which got revealed, I gotta say this one is indeed my favorite. This is a world which I was not expecting to see return. Pirates of the Caribbean. So let's go. So the way I'm gonna go at this is I'm gonna talk about the gameplay part first, and then for the scenes, I'll get into that later. So let's get started. A pirate ship battle. There's a bunch of things going on here. The speed meter. The speed of the ship. I think we're going at full speed. The health bar for our ship. Sora maneuvering the ship next to Jack. The command menu switches to the ship controls. Now the weird thing here is we're firing cannons, correct? But cancel is highlighted. We actually see this twice in the trailer, cancel being highlighted and using other commands instead. I think it's just a thing that's part of the trailer. Nothing to get worried about. Donald and Goofy standing right there doing pretty much nothing. We got tidal wave situation command. 29 seconds to activate. I'm guessing you start with 100 seconds. And the situation commands. You have a blue meter this time. This is new. We haven't seen this before. This is probably exclusive to this world. One big shot out of our cannons destroys the ship right in front of us. Situation command activated. 99 seconds to use it. Now is this gonna make the game too easy? I'm guessing they went with 100 seconds. You know, by the time you maneuver the ship, go left and right, it takes time, but still, that's the challenge of it. What do you think? Notice some green on the ship right there. At first glance, I thought of that green icon, the crown icon, which we saw before. By attacking the Heartless, that activates a situation command immediately. You don't need to have those 3 loading arrows on top. So to me, these ships look possessed. Heartless maybe? Due to Luxord? Yes, Luxord is in this trailer. I'll talk about him later. This one has green. The other one on the right has red. And our ship does look like the Black Pearl. I'm noticing something between the red and the green. The green seems to have less HP, 11 health bars. Now looking at the target icon, those red dots, to me it looks like the more bars you see, the more of a vulnerable spot you hit on the ship. As for the red one, we move from 11 health bars to 17. And again, those red bars appear in the target icon. Now some of you might say, hey, maybe green represents speed, red represents power. I wouldn't bet on it. And no, those red lines, those dots, don't match the number of cannons you fire. Now another situation command, Raging Cannons. Again, you got 99 seconds total to activate it. Now here, are we jumping? We are jumping, obviously, but are we abandoning our first ship? No, later on you'll realize that perhaps we can get on and off our ship to explore the area more. So right here, what we're currently doing is we're performing athletic flow. We move on to another ship to get rid of the Heartless. Simple. Now those marks on the ship, they look like the results from the blast from our cannons. They're not really due to those red or green blobs we saw before. High Wind for the new Keyblade Transformation. Very clever name, Kingdom Hearts 1 reference. We have entered a transformation with the same light effects we saw from the orchestra trailer. Some new Heartless. Looking at their HP bar, 3/4 is lost. This looks to be updated footage. What I mean by this is later game. Cause usually what we saw so far, the HP, the damage dealt, is very low until now. So this does look like later game content. Jack joins the party. This Keyblade, sick looking by the way, much better than the one we had in Kingdom Hearts 2, it turns into many things. Here we have a yard arm, part of the ship on top. The steering wheel. Beautiful water effects going on surrounding the area. We got an orange depleting bar. That's the amount of time left in this form. But then we move on to a second phase. We got 30 seconds to activate it. Yep. The Keyblade does turn indeed into a flag. And here the Keyblade, if you pause, you have Jack's compass, it looks like it. Neat detail. Another type of Heartless, red. Here it looks like a drill type of attack. You gradually decrease their HP, enough time to actually kill them. Wall running, Heartless from Tarzan World from Kingdom Hearts 1. The white lines on the walls, telling you that you can walk up the walls. Now people have concerns with this when they played the game at the Kingdom Hearts 3 premiere. Some find it too annoying to the eyes. I mean, if they get rid of the white lines, I honestly wouldn't mind. If, let's say, you're surrounded by flat surfaces, people find that seeing a bunch of white beams of light everywhere on the walls, it's not great looking. From what I've been reading, when walking up the walls, you still keep your basic combo moves when in the air. If you fall, you have to get back up. Simple. The Heartless climb up to you, and Sora performs an aerial combo. Not like Kingdom Hearts 1 or Kingdom Hearts 2, where there's more weight to the character. There's there's definitely that float right here. You can still activate High Wind when walking up the wall. Well, technically speaking, I think if you're off the wall and floating in mid-air, you can still activate it. You can dive underwater and not die. There's no air meter or gauge. Donald's magic? Perhaps. What about Chain of Memories? Sora could breathe underwater, but the thing with Chain of Memories, Atlantica was a result of memories. Sora remembered that he could breathe underwater. I'm guessing the water in Chain of Memories wasn't real, just fragments of memories. The focus gauge is disabled underwater, same goes for the link command summons. This cool animation, by the way, when swimming underwater reminds me of Glide from Kingdom Hearts 2, when your Keyblade starts spinning in the air. It's like you're gliding underwater. For those of you, by the way, who wanted Atlantica, well, here you go. Underwater gameplay. Now the controls, honestly, they look much better. For underwater gameplay, it looks easier to control. Now as for the combo, it's a mix of aerial spiral and the spiral attack, which we saw, which is ground move. There's a sunken ship right there. I'm guessing it can dive even deeper to find some treasure chests, I'm guessing. This here looks beautiful. The sun rays shining through, just the whole surroundings. It's gorgeous. Here, the Black Pearl's HP? I'm not sure, actually. Could it be? As I said before, it's possible you can exit and get back on your ship. So that thing on top, left corner, could be health, but usually health is green. That to me looks like a gauge which is supposed to recharge, refill, or you know, make sure it doesn't deplete. Or maybe it tells us the distance we are from our ship. What would you say about it? All I'm thinking right now is you can jump off your ship and swim underwater. Yes, there's a huge amount of exploration just looking at the water. But here we don't have Donald and Goofy in our party. What happened to them? Oh, again, about the night-day cycle? It looks sunnier before. Now sunset, I'm gonna tell you it's probably related to the story. But the weird thing about this is if you move from one location to the other, a change in settings that quick will be weird. I don't know. Next, you can jump out of the water when you're swimming or diving. You perform a double jump. Oh, remember you couldn't even jump out of the water before? This is a huge improvement. This is awesome. This is brilliant. You don't need to get to shore. Imagine you had to get to shore, looking at all of this water which surrounds you. Would have been a nightmare. That detail in the costume. Woo! If you jump high enough, at the right time, you can perform a shot lock. Allow the gauge to load even more. Looks like flow chain is being performed here like the orchestra trailer. I see, oh, I see what's happening here. Either use shot lock, or if you're close enough, you jump onto your Heartless, which are flying around. But I believe the former is more likely. You perform flow chain, which is a move which allows you to move from one platform to the other if we look at the orchestra trailer. Boss battle. A lot of health. This is most likely, as I said before, a late game segment. I mean, that's a lot of health. Usually the health bars in trailers are pretty low, but this one, yeah, it's a different situation. I don't think it's for trailer purposes mainly. I do believe this is the amount of HP this Heartless has. Sora performs aerial dodge, but like before, it's not highlighted, so nothing to worry about. Oh, and this guy does look an awfully lot like the Storm Rider from the Land of Dragons from Kingdom Hearts 2, right? I mean, come on, there is a resemblance. I'm sure I'm not the only one. You have to aim for the head. If you're in a close enough proximity, you jump off and hold onto its horns. You remain on its horn as long as you can, and you do barrier like Aqua, which is cool. The damage dealt with the Keyblade alone is pretty low. Now Somersault is grayed out. I'm guessing this is a final move which we have to perform once it gets activated after you deal a certain amount of damage. Looking at the attack pattern here, I think this is what people are talking about when comparing Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, the whole floatiness thing. It does look like Sora, there's more weight to the character here. You're attacking directly. It's not like you're remaining in midair for like a few seconds. What would Kingdom Hearts 3 be like if the aerial combos were just like this, similar to KH2's? Anyway, you reach a point where you have to get off the Heartless. Use Athletic Flow on the smoke trails created by the Heartless, which you see briefly before. You follow them and jump back onto them. Do we cause damage? We don't see any health bar at all, so we don't know. The Black Pearl, by the way, the bar is now empty. As I said, I don't really know what this means, but it could be that we're simply far away from the ship. If you guys are wondering about the music of this world, it was produced by Takeharu Ishimoto. Back in March, Nomura confirmed that both him and Tsuyoshi Sekito would work on music of Kingdom Hearts 3. Sekito was known for helping with Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance music. Ishimoto was the synthesizer programmer of Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2. Next, let's talk about the cutscenes. It starts with Sora singing Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, which is an actual song. Very nice reference. Now what they've done with with the textures for this world, it is awesome. It is so good looking. Sora looks simply more realistic here. The hands, the fingers, there's a lot more textures going on. Donald and Goofy have a more realistic fur feathers kind of looking thing, which looks so cool. Maybe you thought it looked off, because a lot of people, in short, well, in a nutshell, laughed about how Sora, Donald, and Goofy looked so out of place in Port Royale in Kingdom Hearts 2. Sora in his pirate outfit. I'm surprised that he gets an outfit here, but doesn't get an outfit like a winter coat for Frozen. But the suit, this pirate suit is great looking. It seems his raft has made it to the Caribbeans. Yes, Carribeans is the name of this world. We did get renders. Now, where does it take place? Looking at the timeline of the film, this takes place during the third film. This is where Jack's entrance happens. Same exact scene taken from the movie but created on the Unreal Engine 4. They all look fantastic. I wonder what their reaction will be when they see Barbossa. Yes, they skipped the second pretty much. I guess we can go on ahead and say that the timelines and worlds are different. There you go. Luxord is back and now is half Xehanort. We should have seen this coming. Luxord was in Port Royale. He would be back for this world, correct? So far, we've seen Marluxia, Larxene, Xigbar, and Luxord in different Disney worlds, which Sora will have to visit. By the way, talking about Marluxia, in the Japanese trailer of Pirates of the Caribbean for Kingdom Hearts 3, Marluxia does have his yellow eyes. It does look like it's taking place at the same location, so it could have been that his blue eyes we saw before was just a placeholder, that they hadn't actually placed the yellow eyes yet. Kinda reminds me of how Ventus, when merged with Vanitas, the opening from 0.2, he had blue eyes. That was a mistake. They replaced it with yellow eyes. Alright, I'm thinking this is his sun body. Sora says you're back in the organization. Yes, surprising isn't it, he replies. So that to me sounds like it is indeed his sun body, who just happens to join the organization again. Jack's voice here sounds like Johnny Depp's. It's very close, but there's no confirmation on the subject yet. Luxord, just like Maleficent, is looking for a box. I'm assuming it's the black box they're both looking for. The box which was given to Luxu. We have no idea what's inside the box. Now that eye twitch on Jack. So much life character given. Like how Sora was in Arendelle, freezing, jumping. Next, yes, all Titans are confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3. You guys were probably wondering about this. There you go. I'm guessing we're gonna have to face them all. Why? Because so far, 2 out of them, well, we had 2 boss battles. One from the premiere demo, Rock Titan, and the other one being Ice Titan, which is a small glimpse from the second trailer. We have an extra scene from Toy Box and Arendelle. As for this part, in the Japanese trailer, there is voiceover, but as for the English version, no, it's quiet. So I'm thinking the voice acting for this scene is not done yet. This part, by the way, is a minigame, because the second trailer, looking at its thumbnail, it has Rapunzel and Sora dancing, and Nomura did say that there will be other minigames other than Classic Kingdom. That new minigame, which got revealed by the way, was the one with Remy, which got confirmed. All of the NPCs, wonderful, finally, makes me wonder about the other worlds. As for Olympus, we had a few civilians, Herc trying to save them, okay. Vanitas, the unversed gathered enough screams and sadness in those canisters. So I'm wondering, what is Xehanort up to? I'm thinking Xehanort ordered Vanitas to do so. These canisters contain screams, fear, which get converted into energy. What would Vanitas do with such a thing? So I'm guessing this is a Xehanort type of situation again. Negative dark energy, Xehanort, 13 darknesses, why not, it fits. Like scene following Elsa, she says maybe she's one of the new 7 lights they need. Alright, I'm gonna tell you something, I always believed that there would be more than 7 pure lights. It's a huge universe, a bunch of different worlds. There should be more pure lights out there, right? I'm really not surprised after hearing what Larxene said. Nomura had confirmed that Kingdom Hearts 2 would have less Disney worlds. We have Olympus so far, Big Hero 6, Tangled, Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Frozen, and Pirates. Out of these princesses, 2 of them I think are compatible. Rapunzel and Elsa being a huge hint, the scene with their Larxene. But as for, let's say, Megara from Olympus, or Meg, if you want to call her that, I don't see her as a pure light type of princess. Okay, Larxene is referring to Elsa, but that doesn't mean they're looking for 7 princesses again. It does sound like it to me. Hey, I mean, other princesses of light? Sure, why not? We had 7 lights from Kingdom Hearts 1, and then we had Mickey trying to guess the 7 lights in Dream Drop Distance. So you can have multiple different lights. The Keyblade did shatter into 7 pieces of light and 13 of darkness. Those 7 pieces of light found 7 pure lights to protect. I'm gonna say it again, it broke into 7 pieces of light and then found 7 pure lights to protect. That doesn't mean there's only 7 pure lights out there. So right now Xehanort is thinking, hey, I could gather other 7 7 pure lights. He's done multiple different plans in the past, using Maleficent to gather all of the princesses, Organization 13 as backup in the second game, although deep down he used the organization in 2 to see who was worthy enough to join the new organization. But knowing Xehanort, I'm pretty sure that was also part of his plan B, if ever anything happened. But ultimately at the end, it all came down to these 7 darknesses. Next, these 2 talking in unison, set your heart free. Most likely referring to the darkness looking at the previous scenes, using darkness to bring back Roxas, and they wouldn't mind having Roxas brought back. For what reason? Most likely 13 darknesses, it has something to do with that. Also, he says in the end you'll realize what destiny has in store for you. The scene with Xigbar. Your reward might be around the corner. Some are starting to mention the Master of Masters due to the way Xigbar is speaking. I do admit the way he talks, he does remind us a lot of the Master of Masters, but the Master of Masters himself will not be present in Kingdom Hearts 3. This was confirmed by Nomura. Now, there will be story elements of Kingdom Hearts back cover, which will be covered in some sort of way in Kingdom Hearts 3. But the Master of Masters, like I said, will not appear. If Xigbar was the Master of Masters in secret, they wouldn't show Xigbar at the end of the game. Hey, I'm the Master of Masters, muhahaha. If, let's say, Xigbar is alive at the end and just disappears, poof. Meh, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about that right now. Next, Axel and Kairi. Funny thing is, Kairi calls him Axel instead of Lee. Didn't she call him Lee in 0.2? Oh, and very funny thing about Nomura. Plaid or no plaid? Why not both? Looking at this key art, she did have cat ears, it did look like it. In this one, instead of cat ears, it looks like straps. They do look attached to the hood, I could be wrong. And look at the detail on the leather belt. She looks younger, huh? And her model, for sure, is much better than the one we had in 0.2. As for the setting, the place, I'm still sticking to Twilight Town, alright? Riku on Destiny Islands. When is this taking place in the game? I'm not too certain, but the point of this scene is this Riku. Riku's replica, or repliku. The other me now makes sense. He was referring to this guy, his replica. Remember the scene from Chain of Memories, where his heart will go? Riku said the same place as mine did, and that place was the Realm of Darkness. When Ansem banished Riku's heart to that place, since he had a strong will to find Sora and Kairi, he was able to retain a body in that realm. Now, as for this replica, he's a puppet made of data, so he probably doesn't age. If aging is possible, the Realm of Darkness explains why he remained young. Time flows differently. Now, as for replicas, the hearts. Replica in Chain of Memories did feel emotion. He could have had an artificial heart. Didn't Xemnas want to create an artificial Kingdom Hearts? Okay, if that's the case, if they can create an artificial heart separately, why didn't they do so? I'm willing to bet they wanted to make a true heart. Gather a bunch of hearts together, create a big Kingdom Hearts in the hopes of growing a true heart, but all of that we've learned was manipulation. Nobodies can grow their own hearts without the help of an artificial Kingdom Hearts. Last thing for the video. When pre-ordering the digital version of Kingdom Hearts 3, you get Keyblade skins for the Star Seeker. Green for Xbox One and bluish for PS4. Not only that, you also get a dynamic theme called Impossible Odds. Oh, and by the way, for newcomers, Square Enix is planning to release an all-in-one package. $100 US, which includes 2.8, 1.5 plus 2.5, and Kingdom Hearts 3. And of course, Japan has its own set of goodies, which is exclusive. For the physical standard edition, apparently, exclusive Keyblade with Kingdom Hearts 3 rubber strap. Amazon Japan, an original PS4 theme, and the Square Enix eStore, original steelbook case. KHInsider shared all of this, so I will make sure to leave the link in the description below. So with that being said, guys, this is it. This was the third trailer. Are we gonna get anything new? Eventually with time, until the release, of course. And yeah, I think I've said enough, and do your stuff as usual. Questions, anything, leave everything in the comments. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.